let's start there. Are you not happy with how it definitely saw the emotion when you got the judgment. Were you surprised that it went to the judge's decision like that?
You know, I didn't really know what was going on. I just felt like I got in a fist fight, and I felt like I had him out a couple times, and more than cardio, that's deflating. To hit a guy with all you got, and then he was still there, still falling into me, and you know, but the things we practice all, you know, things we drill all came into play. The high guard blocking, usually I don't. Usually I'm headbutting punches, this, that. And that all worked. And as soon as it was working, the stuff we're drilling, I'm like, oh shit, we're ready for this. You know, but game time speed is way different than how we're drilling it. So I was getting more confidence there, and then I think as soon as I was confident, I think I had that fight won.
Sam, speaking of defense, that's one of the first things I noticed. It looked real sharp right off the bat, not just your offense. Was that a focus for this camp, the defense?
Yeah, that was huge. And like I said, instead of being here, we're high guarded, we're going into things instead of going away. I would have got clubbed. Everything was landing right here. You know, going into them made all the difference in the world. And you know, as soon as it started playing out, I was like, oh, I've been drilling this the whole camp. So tight defense and coming forward instead of jumping in and doing this and that. So the little defense, I think, made the difference in the whole fight.
Thankfully,
were those adjustments for Campos, or is this something you want to change in your whole style?
Exactly. It's something we're working on for me to be a better fighter. But this was more of a fight when you look at Campos, like, if you don't do this, you will lose. You know, other fights you can get away with it. But with Campos, you know, if you don't do those things, you're gonna wake up counting ceiling tiles. You know, so it'll make you sharpen up.
First of all, I just want to say that was just a hell of a fight, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
That felt like that was your type of fight you want to fight, though.
Absolutely, yeah. I was having fun. That was fun. And then you know, usually I'm not that guy. We start talking in there a little bit. You know, and I know him, like, you could tell that's the guy too. Like, once I get intense, he'll match your intensity. We're right there. That's not a guy that looks for a way out of the cage. And I didn't want out either. There's a couple times they had to get on my ass to get up, or, you know, at the very end of the third. But, you know, that's just because he was starting to shoot takedowns because he didn't like the stand-up anymore, so.
Obviously, you prioritized the win, and thankfully the judges were siding with damage like they should tonight. But was part of you wanting to come out and show a different side? I mean, some could consider, you know, you start throwing that veteran name attached to your name, and showing that you're still evolving, you're still getting better.
Yeah, I just want to have fun. You know, everything's like, you need to win. I keep seeing shit pop up on social media about how I've been in my last, you know, one win and 4 losses in my last 5 fights. You know, shit, 3 of those were being sent all over the planet for the UFC. 1-1 in Bellator, and yeah, focusing on moving forward in the company. And now I'm 2-1. I got 1 more fight on the contract at 3-1, and let's see what I can do. You know, you know, I fell into a role with the UFC. I'd go get shipped out and fight the up-and-comer. You know, I fought Doo-Ho Choi before anybody knew he fought, you know, before he fought, I fight the tough guys. And now I feel like I'm fighting, you know, just a clean slate. And I like, you know, fighting for Bellator. It's a little more about the fight instead of the lights, you know, so it's better for me. I'm kind of a boring guy, and I just like to fight. I would fight in a barn if nobody would see it, you know. I like fighting, so it's good for me.
Just real quick, just before the fight started, you hit the big giant screen with your name on. I just saw you kind of walking, kind of pacing on that big runway.
Yeah.
Just like, I guess as a prize fighter, what does that feel like? Because that's different. That's a different feeling.
Yeah, it was like I just heard like a bear growling, and it was like running through the woods, and it was just like, you know, that's how I'm kind of viewed as the guy from the Northwest. And, you know, I only come out of the woods to go get in fights, and then I go back up there, you know. And this fight was just what I said, just 2 blue-collar, bomb-chucking guys fighting over Christmas money, you know? And,
you cited, you know, kind of falling into that role, and now you're starting a new path here with Bellator. So kind of harkening on that, do you maybe want to call your shot, maybe a little more proactive in choosing your path now at this stage of your career?
Yeah, you know, I felt like I'm a little more at the top of the 145ers here. I dropped the ball to Sanchez, and he got a freaking title fight, and he fought his ass off. That guy looks awesome. Like, he's a tough guy. I mean, that was a high-level fight. More than anything, he beat me with a pace. I got a little caught up and like slow him down, and I got caught, you know. And I beat Galvo, whatever. He was a champion. Now I just beat Campos, who came down. That dude's a giant 45er, and I just stood toe to toe with him. So I hope I want to impress them, and I want them to give me fights. And you know, I am on the back nine of my career. I'm 32. It's like you fight your way into the fight game, then you fight your way out, where you walk away and you're like, I did the best that I could, and I, you know, maximize my potential. You know, not saying that there's an end in sight, but I'm like, well, you want to end game. So I want to end right off into the sunset. I don't want to start getting knocked out and then fucking quit, you know. So on my back nine, I am a veteran now, and I want to do things my way. I love those fights, man. That fight, that just made my fucking year.
I was going to say, speaking of veteran status, it definitely looked like you're out there swinging for yourself, but was there a part of you that wanted to go out and impress these troops that were here?
Oh, absolutely. I train with an active military guy who is actually leaving our gym. Your duty calls and he answers, so he's getting relocated, and I get a little insight on what that is for those, you know, for the military. And you know, they cheer for no matter what happens. I'm used to getting booed, so I love it when they're freaking cheering for you. You just want to, it's the least I could do for them is entertain them for 15 minutes, you know, for their sacrifice.
Keep in mind, you guys, he had the brutal knee injury. You guys want to look at this?
Yeah.
He weathered a, I mean, he should have been out by all intents and purposes. He should have been out by all intents and purposes, but the guy don't pull. Sam never pulls out of fights.
I blew a Bursasac. I got it drained on Wednesday, and that's, believe it or not, that's smaller than it was.
All camp, he's been.
They took out 125 cc's on Wednesday. I can bend it right there is max.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I saw you walking around the hotel today. I didn't even notice that. You had shorts on it.
Yeah, I've been sneaking around all week. I had to sneak a freaking sleeve on.
How did it affect the lateral movements?
It's more just pressure. Like right there is as far as I can go. So nothing structural. But the plane ride down. The plane ride down didn't help. I got handled up in Spokane. Come down, it was a little bigger, and then it took off on me. So
I can tell you guys had a coach it affected. He gonna tell you he didn't notice. He couldn't kick. He couldn't squat, get lower on some stuff, or a little more power on his punches. It made a huge. And he couldn't grapple. You can't post on it.
Yeah, I didn't grapple at all this game.
He had to gut it out. This was a gut check for him. You'll see him get to the next level after this one.
How much time do you want to give yourself to recover, and how soon do you want to get back in there?
Just till this son of a bitch goes away, then I'm ready. So, yeah, you know, I think I would have made weight easier too if they would took this shit out. But it's where I'm at. So.
Well, you also did get the win. I mean, is there another name after Campos now that you're looking?
I don't know. Everybody gets a crack at that Pitbull guy, and he's been, you know, sending them out. So, I don't know. Whoever I got to get where I need to go, you know. So. I'm gonna soak this one up. I think a lot of times we jump ahead, but let's get healthy. And you know, shit, that was a war, and I'm happy to come out on top. Now I just stay training. I coach wrestling back home, so I'm living it, man. I'm at home wrestling and training, so that's what we do.
Thanks,
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.